to have you in the studios.
I'm delighted to be here, and your warmth really fills the studio.
I'm glad.
I'm engulfed in it. Thank you.
I'm excited to hear that. First off, what's your favorite song?
My favorite song.
Do you have a favorite song? Or are you the kind of eclectic ear that listens to everything?
I listen to everything, but I have a hymn that's my favorite hymn.
Which one?
Makratse iraziwaje nkwanoro kasa. Hack my soul, it is the Lord.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And then recently I've been listening to Apiki.
Okay, I was not expecting that. Okay, but I can understand why.
I thought I would shock you.
I would never have guessed that at all. Okay, all right, let's start it off with...
Something has to pick.
Something has to pick. Honestly, we cannot be here and something will not pick. All right, so let's start it off with Apeke by King Polluter, and we'll officially start the conversation. And I'm about to have an amazing conversation with someone I've been, like, if I had a bucket list of people I wanted to interview, you were definitely high up on the list. And I'm excited to actually be able to do this. But first and foremost, if you did not do, and I know it's a cliche question, but I'm actually quite curious. If you were not doing public relations, what would you have done?
I would be in hospitality. I'd be in hospitality. I like setting up homes and taking care of people. I like cooking. I like keeping things neat and tidy.
Amazing.
Designing interiors.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay.
I'd be in hospitality. I'd be in hospitality. I like events. I like hosting people. I like people, basically. I like to see people are happy.
If you were preparing your perfect dinner with some of your favorite friends, what would be on the menu?
On the menu would be things like krache awie soup. That's fancy. And would also have palm nut soup.
Okay.
Palm nut soup for dinner is a bit tricky, but groundnut soup. I like mashed potato a lot.
Okay.
But garden next to you is also something that I love very much. Yes.
I like that.
These are some of the things that would be on. But the other thing that I would have done if I wasn't in this profession would be to sing.
Really?
Yes, I love to sing.
Were you ever in the choir?
Yes, I've always been part of a choir. And in fact, when I was in the Mofratro, I was in the choir. We had a small choir. And then in Wesley Girls High School, by God's grace, he chose some of us to start Joyful Way Incorporated. So I was one of the founding members of Joyful Way Incorporated.
That is incredible.
Yes, and I've been singing in the choir at my church, Asbury Downwell Church. These days, I'm not that regular, but I still believe that I'm part of the choir. Yeah, so I sing. I love to sing, and I love to sing gospel music.
Now,
and hymns.
That's amazing to hear. Now, when did you realize you could sing?
When I was very little. My big brother may his soul rest in peace, our firstborn, found out that I had a good voice that I had inherited from my mother. And so whenever he had guests,
He would ask you to.
he would ask me to come and stand there and sing. I think
That's amazing.
that helped to build my confidence. He had so much confidence in me. So from age 5, 6, I was singing. I was
Wow.
singing. And my mother had an amazing voice.
I can imagine.
And she would sing very early in the morning at dawn when she was going about, doing her
duties,
chores.
yes.
And that's where I get the hymn, for instance, from. You notice that when you asked me, I gave you the fun
Yes.
version of the hymn.
it.
So yeah, that I started singing when I was very little.
Amazing. Now, speaking of when you were little, how would you describe yourself as a little girl?
Oh, I was a very happy little girl with my mother, who involved me in almost everything that she did.
Okay.
She was very enterprising and entrepreneurial. So she was quite domesticated.
Okay.
She did her home very well, and she cleaned it with us. She did everything from baking to crocheting and
Wow.
knitting and sewing. Name it, my mother did it. And she sometimes sold in the market, even though, she had her education and all
Yeah.
that. She was home taking care of us, and she would take us with her to Mankasim Market and all that. And then on weekends, we would really entertain. She used to take us to watch Kakeku, which is, I don't know that modern day people, do you know about Kakeku?
I know of Kakeku.
Kakeku.
So it's like a concert party, yes.
Yes.
And wow.
So in second D, we would go and watch Kakeku on Friday evening or Saturday evening, and
Wow.
Sunday afternoons we would reenact what we saw, and it was beautiful. So I had a very lovely childhood. It was nice with my mother, very loving and warm, and we didn't have much, but we have lots of love and care. So that made us really happy. The tragedy that happened was that she died when I was 11 years. So that shook.
Yes, the whole foundation of
Yes,
everything.
it did shake me quite a bit, because it wasn't as if she was ill and then she died.
Passed.
She died in a motor accident.
Oh no.
A few days after she had taken me to school in Imofretro. So it was that shook me. So my childhood was, and we traveled a lot. My father was a postmaster, so we were moving from town to town. We lived in the northern region. We were in Boko,
Wow.
Tamale, Yendi, Navrongo, and then I started school in Sarpong. Interestingly, over the weekend, I was in Sarpong for Ibo Taylor's.
I was supposed to have been in that at that funeral.
Yes.
I'm related to that side of the family as well.
Okay,
Yes.
and that took me back, because that's where I went to class 1 at the
Wow.
Methodist school. So it was a really pleasant childhood until Ma left, and that has stayed with me till now.
Wow. Now, so after you had to go through that tragic period, how did the rest of the childhood play out?
The rest of my childhood played out with the memory of Ma never leaving me
Of
up
course.
until now. But there was support from family. My grandmother stepped in.
Oh, amazing.
My aunties gave me support. If I lived with my grandmother for some time, then I came to Accra to live with one of my aunties,
Wow.
Mrs. Akomensa, and then the other aunties, Mrs. Dufo, Mrs. Lai, Mrs. Frimpong, Mrs. Sam, all of them rallied around. And my brothers and my sister, I mean, I guess the loss of our mother drew us together in ways that up till now amaze me, because we lost our mother when we were all very
young.
I was 11, the other was 13, 15, 17. My big brother, my big sister turned 21, I think 2 or 3 days before my mother died. But we've stayed very close, and that has been immense support. And I advise people, no matter what the challenges are in your family, invest in loving your family and staying together, particularly as siblings and all that. It helps.
I can imagine.
Today, I draw a lot of strength from them. I draw a lot of inspiration from them. I mean, they're my cheerleaders.
Yes.
They are happy when things happen for me, and I'm happy when things happen for them. So that's how it's been.
Amazing. Now, coming to how your journey to becoming Ghana's or Africa's foremost, no, in fact, globally, one of the public relations experts that we know and recognize. How did it start for you?
It started by, I guess, by my upbringing and the context in which I grew up. I grew up in Sekondi, between Sekondi and Komenda. And as I said, because my father was a postmaster, we traveled, to different parts of the country. And I think I was always struck by the deprivation and a desire to see. So you would see Sekondi, and then on the way to Komenda, you see all these villages, and you would be traveling in the mail van. You have never seen a mail van. And stop at every village, and then you're thinking, what would make Ghana, what would make all these communities have a more developed life? I wouldn't say they were not happy, because I was very happy in Komenda. And I guess I carried that with me into my education. I'm also somebody that likes mutual understanding. I like people to understand each other, understand the other person's reality and all that. I guess it's also from my Christian upbringing, being forgiving, understanding why somebody is the way they are, so you're not accusing them or judging them. I brought that into my education. So at Wesley Girls High School, I was really interested in English literature, history, religions, the subjects that teach you about humanity and human behavior. And so I carried that into university. And then I discovered communication, where, of course, I learned some social psychology and began to appreciate what it means to communicate and not just deliver information. Communication goes beyond delivering information. It involves understanding the other person's perspective and checking that with your perspective and being able to engage with the person in a manner that resonates with them and bring, mutual understanding. So it's who I am plus my upbringing that I connected to my academic work. And then developed this interest in a disciplined approach to human engagement.
I like that.
And I guess I threw everything into it. I threw my everything into it, especially when I became aware that there are many people who don't understand the profession. And think that because you talk, it means you're a professional communicator, or because you can write, you're a professional communicator. I thought, let me find a way of helping countries, individuals, organizations to understand the value that communication brings. Yesterday, I was training some young people in strategy, communication strategy development, and I asked them about communication, and one of them said, I see from what you are sharing with us that the communication is the heartbeat of human existence.
It really is.
How would we exist if we were not
able to
communicating? So with that, I mean, after my work with GIHOG, GNPC, and all that West African gas pipeline project, I thought, let me set up an entity through which, by God's grace, we can demonstrate the value that communication brings and also contribute to national development and individual livelihood enhancement and improved profitability for organizations. So I threw myself into what eventually became Strategic Communications Africa Limited, which by God's grace has been around for over 32 years now. And whilst working with clients, one of the multinational clients I had, the person that was my contact in that organization was in the UK. One day she called me and she said, are you a member of the International Public Relations Association? At that time, I was a member of Prague, Public Relations Association of Ghana. And I said, no, I'm not. And she said, you have to be. And at that time, somebody needed to endorse you to be a member. And I said, why? And she said, the quality of work that I have seen you deliver,
it's international standards,
requires you to be a member of this association. I said, wow. I mean, the person sits in London. I hardly saw her, but she was appreciative of the excellent work that was coming to her from us, and that encouraged me a lot. So I put in my application and became a member. That was in the early 2000s, late 90s. And I've been a member until, I was invited to be a judge on the global awards that International Public Relations Association organizes. That is the Golden World Awards. So I was a judge for some time. And then in 2025, I was somewhere I was part of a team training African leaders. And I received an email that said that the IPRA board, the International Public Relations Association board, had unanimously selected me to be the president of the association. And I thought, wow.
That is incredible.
At that time, the Institute of Public Relations Ghana had also voted me as president. So I said, well,
how do
working on these, it means I enrich both with what I do on both sides. So that is what got me into all this. But basically, I love what I do. I throw myself into it. I believe that church is not in a building. That is a chapel. Church is what I do when I'm out of the chapel.
I like that.
And therefore, when I'm working, it's worship. And I see that has done a lot. That continues to do a lot for me. When you work to heavenly standards.
Work to heavenly standards. I like that.
Earthly rewards come to
your
you
way
easily. Yes. So
no, I think that's going to stay with me.
This is what has brought me, I thank God for his direction. And I mean, I feel really humbled by all this because I'm that little girl born in Sekondi, come from Commander, British Commander, Ekitechi Commander. And
Oh my goodness.
my roots are really firmly planted there, even though, one has to spend time working in Accra.
Now, if that little girl born in secondary, growing up in Commander, could look at you now on the journey over the last few years, what do you think she'd say?
What would the little girl say?
Yes.
The little girl would say, "Hey, Mama." I call Mama, "Hey, Mama. When I had to know, baby, dreamy."
Honestly.
But what I like about Commander is our slogan is Ekitechi Commander.
Aha! So you took it to heart.
And what we say to rally each other together is Yezi Nkantan Kunsu na Yezi Nkesefua Yezi Wakar. It means that we use thorns as head support for carrying water, and we carry water in baskets. So we make the impossible possible.
That's incredible.
So I don't know whether my parents, both of whom come from Commander area, my mother from Commander, my father from Abransa, but he lived in Commander. I think they instilled some of that in me. As in Kansan Kunsu, as in Kasefua Bakar. Ekitechi Commander.
Now, when we look at Stratcom Africa now, it seems like this massive force, but I'm sure at a point in time, you were just an entrepreneur creating something that you hoped would live beyond you. What was the toughest year in that entrepreneurship journey?
Every year has been tough.
Huh?
Every year has been tough. This year is tough because developing business in Ghana is not an easy.
It's a constant roller coaster.
At all. When I started, our profession was very young. Now you have a lot of communication schools and all that. It wasn't like that at the beginning. So you literally had to take graduating students straight from the classroom and train them. So it means you're doing the work and paying people and teaching them.
Literally.
So that is really expensive. And this is not an industry that easily attracts loans, and I'm afraid of a lot of, borrowing.
Yes.
A lot. I wasn't brought up like that. I should learn more to do more of that. As they say in business, you use other people's money.
True.
And then also, because a lot of people don't understand the value that communication brings, they find it difficult to pay
for
the value that you bring. And the knowledge economy is also not well known to people. So when you give people advice, you offer advisory services, they feel like, I just needed advice and I came to you.
Why do I have to pay for it?
Why do I have to pay for it? So you'll find that if you write a brochure or you come up with a concept for a creative thing, an organization is more willing to pay for the production of a video, for the printing of a brochure,
than the development of the idea.
Pay for the development of the idea. We want to pay for the tangibles and not the creativity that goes into the tangible. And what it is that a lot of people do not appreciate that communication has a lot of science, and that good creative work has to be backed by science. So in Stratcom Africa, we say we blend the science and the art of communication. We spend a lot of time on the science, and people don't understand that. So it means that you employ people who are working, and they expect a certain level of remuneration because they're comparing themselves to their contemporaries. But what it is the organizations are not paying well enough. You know,
Right.
they wouldn't pay even what they pay to their staff in their own organizations. And sometimes it's difficult to get employees to understand that is the reality. And then you have situations where, for a consulting firm like ours, you'll get a request for proposal, you spend hours
on a brief,
weeks,
yes.
you write, and they ask you, come and add this, you add it, and after about 3 months, they come and tell you, we decided we're not going to do it anymore.
And we've gone a different direction, or someone else.
And so we're evolving. The country is evolving, probably to a stage where, like other countries where communication is key from the highest level of the country to whatever, you know, no leader will go and do anything without a communication professional guiding them. So those are some of the challenges that we have, and that's why I say it's still tough, and that's why I'm grateful at this time also to be the president of Public Relations Association Ghana.
Yes.
Because through this association, we are working very hard to streamline what our industry in Ghana. We have a bill that is gradually making its way to Parliament. When that bill is passed, you cannot practice public relations in Ghana if you are not qualified.
I like that.
It would be an offense.
I like that.
Because everybody thinks...
If they speak well, they can be able to do public relations.
Exactly. So that is what we are doing. And we ourselves, as an association, are putting a lot of value into ourselves. We are training ourselves. I mean, July was IPR Ghana month.
Okay.
And we've spent a lot of time. And an interesting session we had was, when did I get it wrong? Or what are the challenges that I face? We're not perfect. So we look at what we could do better in different situations. We have lectures on Friday, this coming Friday. We have a lecture coming up. And this lecture is the first in a series that we just introduced. We are introducing this year.
Okay.
It's our current ESCO that we presented it to council. They've accepted it. We went to AGM and it's accepted. It's called the Izikanfo Lecture.
Ooh.
Izikanfo Lecture. So we want to learn from those who have gone ahead of us.
Yes.
The good, what they didn't, they probably could have done better. So we want to enrich ourselves, because if we say that public relations brings value, communication brings value, it means that we ourselves have to fill ourselves with value so that when we step into any space, people can see the difference. So we are doing a lot as an association, that is Institute of Public Relations Ghana, to bring up the value of our members. I love that. I always tell people I am in the university of the world, and so I'm always graduating from one knowledge to the other, and that is what we are encouraging. You see, the danger with public relations and communication work is that because of events and other things, and look at me, I'm sitting here talking on radio and all that, it's very easy to flip to what people see as flashy side and leave the substance. And that could undermine our profession. And so we are determined to let people see the substance enveloped in the flashiness, maybe, or the substance enveloped the flashiness. So that is an area that we're looking at, critically, getting our members to improve their knowledge all the time.
I like that.
And also giving back to society. So during the July month, one of the things that we did, and we're doing it every year, was to go to JHS schools.
Wow.
To talk to them about environmental sustainability. You know, that's a subject very close to my heart, and I'll come to that shortly. We want young people to know that each one of us is responsible for preserving the environment. We are the stewards of God's creation. We can't just go and sit in church and come and ruin the earth on which we are worshiping, from which we are worshiping God. So we go, and our members in other parts of Ghana. So we have the northern middle belt, that's Central, Bono, and all that. They went to a school, they talked to them about environmental sustainability, and then we have the northern belt also go and talk to them. Why do we do that? We want them to learn through the process of our education and advocacy about public relations.
I like that.
And then we also want them to be channels of communication about environmental conservation. So through that, we're building minds that over time will be environmentally conscious and would also be channels of environmental consciousness.
Amazing.
So we have been
building a tree and
that.
Creating different branches around it to sort of impact and continue for a long time to come.
So we did that throughout. And then, of course, we get our own members to talk to each other. And so we said, let your voice be heard. Don't just hear other people. So I've been amazed at the interesting quotations that I've seen members put on our platform, and I spend time to interrogate them and learn from them. And we also, at this time, are mobilizing our young professionals. We have a young breed of professionals, and we feel that they may have questions, needs, and networking needs and all that we need to focus on. So at this time, one of the things that we did in the month was to publicize the upcoming launch of our young PR professionals.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Okay, I need to be a part of that. Oh, that's incredible.
And then, of course, we have the student chapters. They rock. They do amazing things. So we encourage them to think of programs that they will do by themselves. We are going to roll them out. And then we know that associations have executives. The executives are not necessarily trained leaders. So one of the things that we try to do is to train the executives of our student chapters.
I love that.
So that they will be strong leaders for our profession.
That's amazing.
So we practice what we preach.
I like that. I like that. So when is the Iziganfo lecture happening? Where is it happening?
Friday.
Where?
At the British Council Hall.
Okay.
It's open to the general public. Come and learn a thing or two. It's somebody's PR journey and the legacy it has left. It's not only for us, it's for the general public. So the first one is in honor of Joseph Alote-Papo.
Oh, wow.
Joseph Alote-Papo, I mean, he lived the profession. He worked it, and he lived it, and he taught it. And so on Friday, we're bringing people together to come and share his life and legacy.
Amazing.
We have somebody from Nigeria who he worked closely with when he was president of Africa Public Relations Association. And then we have somebody that is, we call him YOB, Yomi. He's excited. He's excited. When we called him, he said, if it is for Alote Papo, I'll drop everything and come. So he arrives in Ghana and he will interact with us. Then we have Reverend Osebimpo.
Oh, wow.
He worked with Alote for a long time at SNET. And I'm expecting employees of SNET
to come in their numbers.
And all people who benefit from the work of SNET, please come, because Alote contributed a lot, not only in relation to PR, but in relation to HR and administration at SNET. So Osei Bimpom will be there, and we have a young professional, Pauline Crunchy, who also experienced Alote, and we want her to say a few words about what she experienced. But the person who will launch the whole annual lecture series is our Honorable Minister for Government Communication, Felix Ofosu-Kwakye.
Wonderful.
He's our sector minister.
Yes.
And he also gladly agreed to come. So it's going to be an amazing evening.
I'm going to be there. I'm absolutely going to be there.
Please be there and mobilize people to come.
Yes, absolutely going to be there.
You will learn a thing or two.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right. So if you just tune in, I'm having an amazing conversation with Madam Esther Cobbah, the legendary Madam Esther Cobbah. Now I want to come to you and your book, Dare to Be. As a published author, you've honestly built an empire based on public relations and creating solutions for multinationals, countries, and institutions alike. But what's the one thing you feel at this point that you still haven't dared to do yet?
What haven't I dared to do? You tell me.
Maybe do kakalika in the middle of the Times Square.
You're right. And I'm learning how to do kakalika.
Maybe we can have you, I can show you some of the moves. But talk to me about becoming a published author. Was that on the bucket list or something you had planned to do, or did it sort of become a random thought that said, why not?
It came out of a desire to celebrate women. I feel that women I see a lot of women in the market, by the roadside, at home, doing amazing, amazing things and not being celebrated enough.
True.
And I thought that a woman celebrating women would get the message out probably better, because I understand what they go through. So at different times, I learned I met amazing women, 6 of them. I've met more, and I'm going to write about all of them as much as I can. And I thought, these young ladies are going through building an enterprise. I went through that. These are some of the lessons I learned. These are the challenges I went through. Why don't I write them? Why don't I talk to them, draw it out of them, and share, so that other women will learn from them, men will learn from them, men will understand us better and give us the support that we need. So that's how Dare to Be came up. And you will read in there about Kafui Danku, Frida Kaimi, Aisha Yinsu, Irabna, and Amy Beth. All of them are in there. And they are amazing people. They've done a lot.
Incredible things,
and
yes.
Of course, my daughter, Miss V, is in there.
I love it.
So it's a variety, women doing things in a variety of spaces. The message also is that dare to be what you can do, dare to be what you can be, no matter what space you find yourself in. So you see, it's fashion, it's music, it's movie, it's cosmetics, it's whatever, it's coffee. Dare to be, dare to use coffee from Lake Libby, dare to turn that into something that somebody from Germany is going after, so that is what. So coming to what I haven't dared to do yet, but I'm daring to do, is to push the Ghana Garden and Flower Show beyond Accra to other parts of Ghana. And I need people to partner with me. So if you're interested in taking Ghana Garden and Flower Show outside Accra, please, let's talk and let's get it going. We are, in 2020, we did the show online.
Wow.
And through that, we were able to mobilize people from other parts of Africa to join us to do it.
Amazing.
And now we have joined a group called the Africa Horticulture Circle.
Oh, amazing.
And my passion is to connect Africa through flowers, through green.
And that's another part of you. And I'm a sworn attendee all the time, because I think my green thumb is activated whenever I come there, because I get new plants and then I go and I'm excited. Some of them die, I must admit, but I keep a lot of them alive.
We do master classes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, on how to start a home garden, how to care for your plants and all that. This year, it's from 11th September to 21st September.
Oh, exciting.
Thankfully, it's going to be opened by our dear Vice President.
Oh, amazing.
And so, all of us should come, and she's been very supportive. From the time that we started, she has visited almost every year.
Wow.
In fact, last year, during the week when we were in the office, we were told that she had come, she had walked around, interacted with the exhibitors and all that. So who best to have this year than her?
Absolutely.
And she's really, big on education, and that is something that we're doing. Educating people about green business, educating people about green beauty, green livelihood, green lifestyle. So this year our theme is green means business, beauty
means business,
and more.
Beauty and more. I love
so
it.
we invite everybody to come and join us in promoting a greener, cleaner, healthier, wealthier, more beautiful Ghana.
Absolutely.
So we're having on the 10th, that is even before the show starts, a round table to discuss the horticulture value chain. Who can develop seeds, who can prepare soil, who can help you plant, etc., etc. Then on the 11th in the evening we do the launch. Then after that we will do an awards evening with people from outside Ghana.
Oh, wow.
And then we're having a movie night. We're going to have a theater evening, drama night, where we educate people about green business and all that through drama. And this time we are starting something that we hope will be a competition with schools. So old school people support. This time we are going to Laboni Secondary School. So we're bringing them to come and deliver a play that is going to be scripted by a partner of ours. I mean, I met this lady, Vaco Vanderpoy.
I know Vaco.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She was
part of putting together the Once Upon a School Bell by GIS. And I just thought, this is an amazing
She's an amazing
person. Why don't we get people to know about her? Why don't we get her skill
to be able to work
utilized? And I thought, look, we need to educate people about sustainability, environmental sustainability, climate action and all that. why don't we partner her? And I've called her, and she's positive.
No,
so
she's amazing.
I'm looking forward to having, and then of course we'll have a big fashion show.
Oh.
This time we have designers from, I think, Togo,
Okay.
Benin, and Ivory Coast.
Oh, very
Yes.
West African.
Yes.
There's a Pan-African
Nigeria
vibe
as
we're
well.
creating.
So it's going to be amazing. And we have exhibitors from Togo and Burkina as well. And
Okay,
we
this year is like...
we have the Africa Horticulture Circle partners also coming from Nigeria.
Amazing.
So this year it's
next level.
I pick it.
I'll pick it.
This is our 14th year, and it's been picking.
I love it.
I'll pick it, Akasa.
Now coming to another sphere of it, because you've been heavy on women in leadership and championing that. I want to ask your opinion on tokenism. Too many times, and in order to satisfy the idea of diversity, people, companies, organizations do tokenism, pick a woman, place in a position. What are your views on that?
My view on that is, well, you think that you're doing tokenism, I'll take advantage of it and advance myself, improve myself, and bring along other women with me.
I like that.
And that is one of the reasons why for the past, 7 years or so, I've been part of a program that is run by the Ghana Employers Association in partnership with the Norwegian private sector. We train female leaders.
Wow.
And we train them in everything, including being savvy at the workplace.
I love this.
Yes. So, yes, people feel, let's put a woman there. Very often you hear things like, oh, look at the list, there's no woman. Let's add one woman
in there.
And then, so if you are that one woman, know that, as our vice president said, you have opened the door. Keep it open and make sure that other women enter it. So
yes.
That's how I say they think they're doing tokenism, but take the token
and then run with
multiply it.
I love that.
Yes.
Now, there's also like this big assumption that a lot of times women are blamed for the ills of all other women, or one woman represents every other woman, while a man's ills is just him. So a woman goes into a position of power, may not deliver the way she needs to, but then becomes a big trajectory that's all women can't deliver. See the woman we put in a place, but a man can have can fall many times, and it's just on him. Is there a way to move past it? Must we all be held in this high standard where we must represent for every woman? Can we not just excel or fail for ourselves?
I have always said that we women ourselves need to liberate our minds. So not accept this framing, the framing that the world gives us. Be who we are, we were created to be. When I wake up in the morning, I go and fulfill my God-given role, which is, if you go to Genesis, he created a man. He said he was good, but he looked at him and said he needs a helper. And I am here to help the man do better. And when he looked at us, he said, this is very good.
Yes.
And therefore, we ourselves need to liberate our minds from how the world sees us. Once we're able to liberate our minds, we will be able to help the men to see the value that we bring. So it's like what I was saying about the communication profession. As long as we know the value we bring, people will see the value in us. And so we shouldn't accept what the world says about us. I mean, sometimes people say, oh, you work like a man. And I say, which of the men? Which of the men? Because I know men who don't work the way I do. And I mean, women, we carry babies. God made human beings in our bodies for 9 months. Give birth to them, nurse them, nurture them, give them right kinds of food and all that until they grow. Then they come and create man-made things. And we say we need their help to manage the man-made things. That beats my mind.
True.
That beats my mind. And I think one of the ways in which I've liberated my mind is by taking the word woman and making it a fancy word. In fancy,
Yes, please.
wo at W-O, wo man. It means that we give birth to nations.
Woman, yes.
And then wo man, we give birth to men.
I love it.
And we nurture them.
That's right.
And therefore, we should not just take everything that they say. So, women, let's liberate our minds. Let's pick ourselves up from where the world wants to put us and put ourselves where God created us to be. And then we can bring the rest of the world along. The world will be a better developed place when women, we take our place. So we have a responsibility to lead the world out of its ignorance about the value we bring.
I love that. I love that. I love that a lot. Okay. Now, at the risk of ruffling a few feathers, where do you... the concept of feminism, where do you stand on that particular idea?
Where I stand is I'm a woman and I do what a woman can do, and I bring that to the world. And if that is feminism, if that is what some people call feminism,
Then so be it.
the important thing is, am I doing my work well? Am I delivering well?
Yes.
Am I contributing what I have to contribute? Am I engaging with my space in a manner that makes them appreciate where they are going wrong, where I am concerned? Then, if some people may call that feminism, I call that being true to who I was created to be.
I like that. Now, as someone who has mentored many people, what, in your opinion, is the single hardest lesson that is not found in any textbook that you've had to teach to a young, ambitious female leader?
Not in any textbook. One of the things, I don't know, I guess it may be in some textbooks, but that I use for myself and as my secret is to be authentic. I see that when I do things that I'm comfortable with, I excel.
True.
When I do not try to be somebody else, I excel. And when I talk to young people and all that, sometimes I see that there's a lot of frustration coming from, I want to be like this, and this person is not allowing me, that person is. We have that, and they will not go away. But go within yourself, and you will see that when you use your own capabilities and skills and knowledge, what it does is you propel yourself. There's energy within you that the world cannot stop.
That's true.
Because it is deep within you, and they can't go inside you and stop your energy. So be who you are. Tap into your passion and let that drive you, and your passion can be so hot that it will burn any negatives around you. That is the kind of advice or discussion that I have.
I love that.
Young people.
Now, I must...
Be humble. Be humble.
Be humble.
Be humble.
Yes.
Be humble.
I like that. Now, coming into love and marriage and life in that regard, what role do you think communication has played in maintaining a good relationship or a good marriage?
Communication has helped me to appreciate that my reality is never the other person's reality. We can have a shared reality. It takes talking. It takes also silence. People feel that silence is not part of communication. Silence is a major part of communication. As I'm speaking now, you are silent, but we are communicating.
Absolutely.
So you're playing your part in the engagement. You're silent, listening to me. And I see that in relationships. Sometimes we're not silent enough. We even have to silence our minds, because when somebody is talking to us, we're busy judging what they are saying. So you have to work yourself into a space where you're able to allow the other person to be, to speak to you. When that happens, you understand their reality. Then you're able to convey your reality to them in a manner that resonates with them.
I like that. You're also married to an equally powerful man, an incredible lawyer Chikata. What, if you can remember, the funniest disagreement you've ever had with your husband?
The funniest
disagreement.
Only yesterday, and it has to do with TV3. Actually, we saw a post on this funeral that we went to in Sarpong, and the caption said, Chachi Chikata and his wife were at the funeral, and then we looked in the comments, and somebody says, "But where is his wife?" and truth, we flipped, and somebody sent it to us on WhatsApp. So this was in the evening when I came back from work, and I looked at it and I said, I shall comment, and I'm here. Also, where is his wife? And his wife was nowhere to be found. We laughed. So TV3 gave us a big laugh yesterday.
We're glad.
So he went, but his wife is not there. It was a friend of his sitting beside him.
Oh, I love it.
You see, you're laughing.
Honestly, I wish I had a lot more time. Honestly, there's so much I want to ask, but we have to do it again. But do you think, in your opinion, Ghanaians have a communication problem? And I also context this in this. A lot of institutions tend to think more about crisis management than actually having a PR person on call. It's more like, oh, there's something happening. We're hearing something about ourselves. We're trending on Twitter. Then we now need a communications professional. How do we reconcile this? How do we let people understand? Firstly, do we have a communication problem? And secondly, how do we let people understand that crisis management is not only when you need a PR expert?
That's a whole chapter. Yeah, a lot of organizations do have a communication management or understanding of communication gap. Because, as you said, they will run to the communication person only when they have a bad headline, a negative headline, or something has blown up on social media. I always tell people, your crisis communication has to be rooted in your proactive communication. And you know me, I like to use my fanti a lot. And the way I describe that is, we have a saying in fanti that says, "When jinan kran ntutu nkran." You don't stand in the midst of red ants to rid yourself of red ants.
You have to jump out of it.
So you have to prepare ahead. And there's a saying also, if you come to Stratcom Africa, at the reception, we have the quotation from Proverbs, which my mother liked, trained us with. Zinpa yesen ahunya. A good reputation is better than material riches. You know, and it is summed up also as your reputation precedes you.
Sure.
So if you're an organization and you have not systematically and strategically worked on your communication such that you have a good reputation, the first time you have a crisis situation that puts you in the public eye is your negative reputation. But if you have worked on a reputation that is positive, even when you do something happens, people will say, oh, but this organization,
right.
yes,
this is something that happens all the time.
Something must have happened. And so that is what you invest in. In fact, I've taken time to compare proactive communication and reactive crisis communication, and organizations spend more during crisis. It is like not checking your health until something hits. You spend all the money you think you were saving
on that one thing,
from not going to the hospital to do your health checks, on that one ailment that hits you. So that is a challenge that we have. And that is happening in marriages, in families. Families are not speaking to each other frequently. We're doing WhatsApp all the time. We're not seeing each other because of the distance. We're not investing time in seeing each other. And I mean, all of us are guilty of that. We need to do that. Otherwise, we don't get to know each other's reality well enough. So on a WhatsApp platform, a family member says something and all hell breaks loose because we haven't understood the reality of what they are going through. Husband and wife are busy. They're not talking to each other and working with each other's reality, sharing information for mutual understanding. And therefore, there are conflicts. We're not understanding our children enough. So communication helps to have a shared reality. So we see that when we are speaking, we have a shared message, and that helps us to realize a shared goal.
I love that. I love that. I love that. I love that. And time flies when you're having too much fun, and that's exactly where we've locked ourselves in. I had like games I wanted to play with you, but we're going to do it. We'll pick another day and then do it again.
Okay.
But okay, let me do a few, like 3 sentences. I want you to complete the sentence. Communication is
the sharing of information for mutual understanding. It is the heartbeat of humanity, without which we are nothing.
I love that. Every woman should.
Every woman should believe in themselves and be who God created them to be.
I wish more people knew.
I wish more people knew that loving your enemies keeps you young and healthy.
If success feels like
having helped the next person around you, because then that is what makes you relevant, and that what gives glory back to the God who gave you the talent with which to help.
And finally, my legacy will be.
My legacy will be what God wants my legacy to be.
And on that note, thank you so much for coming through, Madam Esther Cobbah. One of my favorite conversations this year, honestly. And thank you so much for coming through.
You.
Truly appreciate it. And we must do this again. We'll do this just before the launch of the Flower and Garden show.
Thank
you.
Yes.
Thank
you for your warmth. Thank you for this conversation.
Aww.
Thank you for just enabling me to share.
Oh, thank you.
And thank you for sharing with me. You're amazing.
Thank you so much.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're cut out for it.
Yeah. Thank you so much, ma'am. I truly appreciate it. And on that note, we're going to get into quickly. Yeah.